For the Air Force Association in Virginia, this is your AFA Daily Report.
Spacecom calls out apparent Russian space weapon test. A Russian satellite is arousing suspicion at U.S. Space Command after sidling up to an American government satellite, then flying away to release what appears to be a weapon into orbit. The July 15 incident appears to be a non-destructive test of a space-based anti-satellite weapon from a satellite known as Cosmos 2543, Spacecom said in a July 23 release. Air Vice Marshal Harvey Smith, head of the United Kingdom Space Directorate, called the object a projectile with the characteristics of a weapon. Spacecom did not answer which American satellite was involved in the encounter or whether the object released was another projectile. U.S. officials did not report any damage to space systems.
House, Senate approved defense authorization bills. House and Senate lawmakers are headed into conference for the fiscal 2021 defense policy bill after both chambers passed their respective legislation this week. Senators voted 86-14 to approve their version of the National Defense Authorization Act on July 23. The House voted 295-125 to greenlight its own bill July 21. Each package allows $740.5 billion in defense spending and earned enough support to likely avoid a presidential veto when the final version heads to the White House. Their deliberations were complicated by the coronavirus pandemic, which continues to spread around the country as lawmakers met remotely in Washington to discuss the text.
B-1s fly through South China Sea sending message to Beijing. Two B-1B Lancers flew over a U.S. Navy carrier strike group and then over the South China Sea on July 21, about 1 week after the U.S. State Department issued a statement calling China's efforts to control resources in the contentious waters completely unlawful. The bombers, which are assigned to the 37th Expeditionary Bomb Squadron but are deployed to Andersen Air Force Base Guam, as part of a bomber task force, flew a 14-hour mission in which they integrated with the USS Ronald Reagan Carrier Strike Group in the Philippine Sea on a route that went through the South China Sea. The BTF construct provides the flexibility for our bombers to operate in any area of responsibility and enhances our readiness, Lieutenant Colonel Lincoln Coleman, commander of the 37th EBS, said in a Pacific Air Forces release. It gives us the ability to project air power across the globe.
U.S. Air Force Academy to bring all students back to campus. The U.S. Air Force Academy will bring back its entire student body to the Colorado Springs campus this fall, despite the ongoing COVID-19 pandemic, under Pentagon orders declaring that all accession sources and training pipelines are mission essential. Cadets will begin returning to campus early next week, with the entire student body back by the end of July, making the Academy one of the first universities to have its entire contingent of students back on campus, according to a U.S. Air Force Academy release. To counter the pandemic, the Academy will test cadets multiple times over the first 2 weeks back and then randomly after that.
Virtual events. Mitchell, Advanced Nuclear Weapons Alliance Deterrence Center host Verdun on National Nuclear Security Administration Series, and more. On July 29, AFA's Mitchell Institute for Aerospace Studies, in partnership with the Advanced Nuclear Weapons Alliance Deterrence Center, will present a nuclear deterrence forum with Charles Verdun, Deputy Administrator for Defense Programs at the National Nuclear Security Administration, as part of their NNSA series. Event video will tentatively be posted on Mitchell's website and YouTube page after the event.
End of transmission.